Imagine a world void of creativity. No art, no music, no fashion, no architecture, no film and TV. Creativity is how we thrive and grow within our surroundings, and without it, the world would be colourless. Every single man-made object you look at has been designed or inspired by an artist. Try to think of something that has no design. It's virtually impossible. The concept of art can often be misunderstood and perceived as merely just drawing or a fun hobby. In reality, it surrounds us every day and is in everything we do. I believe that the arts are undervalued within education. From as soon as they are born, children are introduced to the arts as the very foundation of their culture. Parents hang their first painting up on the fridge, sing nursery rhymes to them, and encourage them to dance and perform. It is impossible to imagine a child's life and being without the arts. However, as they grow older, creativity becomes less and less valued and less understood in educational contexts. When a child enters the English education system, year by year being creative plummets in importance. Why is this? Why is being creative so important when you're 4, but means nothing when you're 16? Well, the truth is it should be just as important throughout our whole lives. We should be encouraging young people to develop and explore, to paint, to sing, to act, to design, and most importantly, to create. Art is essential to humanity, and by using it, we have the power to change the world. Whatever language you speak, you can understand the language of art. Over the course of human history, spanning from the Stone Age to the present day, an unbroken lineage of humans have partaken and continue to partake in its creation. Whether it be visual, auditory, or literary, whilst it may not be thought of as imperative to our survival, thousands of generations have proven that art is essential to human existence. We are all familiar with the profound impact that a piece of art can have on our emotions. Think back to how you felt listening to your favourite song for the first time, how you felt watching that movie that you loved, how you felt being transported into the pages of the book you last read, and how you felt when that painting on the wall caught your eye. The feeling that you had in that moment is why we all need art. It has the capability to not only evoke emotion, but also to prompt action. When I first joined secondary school, my dream was to attend an arts university in London. In fact, I believe this dream still resides somewhere within me today. However, as I began to tell people this aspiration, I found that the reception I received was often negative, not only from my peers, but also from teachers, who I previously believed were meant to encourage children to achieve their dreams. I was met with comments such as, "Aren't you too clever for that? And what are you going to do with that? Spend your life cleaning toilets?" And it was then that I realised that the arts are undervalued within education, and young people are actually discouraged from pursuing creative subjects. So why do I believe that we need creative minds within the world, and that studying these subjects is actually not a waste of time? Well, firstly, as a society, we need people who can communicate, collaborate, and utilise their imagination. Individuals acquire these valuable skills when they are allowed to delve into subjects that they are genuinely passionate about. If everybody studied the same subjects and had the same passions, the world would become mundane. Our individuality is what makes us all a vital component of humanity. Secondly, art is a time capsule of previous eras and cultures. Through the study of art, knowledge can be gained about historical context and past societal dynamics. Not only can it be used to give us insight into the past, it can also act as a catalyst for change in the future. In times of crisis, art amplifies important voices and messages. It becomes a beacon of hope, a call for justice, or a plea for change. And in the current world that we live in, I believe that change is what young people want to see and be a part of. Maths and science are the two subjects that are, and have always been, considered the most important within schools. If you excel in maths, you are often thought of as a genius. If you excel in art, being given the label of a genius is highly unlikely. So why are science and maths so important? They help us to understand the natural world around us, help us to create new technology that improves our lives, and help us to solve problems and challenges with innovation. However, I would argue that the arts actually help us with all these things too, and that art and science actually go hand in hand. The realms of both subjects actually intertwine when their creativity is considered. They both run on the disciplines of problem solving, critical awareness, and imagination. Some of the greatest scientific findings have been powered by creativity. The structure of Buckminster fullerene, a molecule now studied as early as GCSE, was discovered with nothing more than paper, scissors, and glue. Training in the visual arts can also help medical professionals in their jobs. For instance, after dermatologists were asked to study paintings in a museum, they found that they had improved their capacity to spot and describe features in skin lesions. Similarly, musically trained doctors are better at hearing the nuances in heartbeats when using their stethoscopes. And of course, we need people who can help bring that feeling that I was talking about earlier. The feeling that you had when the piece of art you experienced touched you or connected with you. There is someone out there in the world writing your new favourite song, directing a film that you will love, or planning an idea for a book that you will read. These people help this emotion to resurface again. So next time you think to tell someone that studying art is a waste of time, just remember that one day they may bring that immense joy to someone through their creation. So I've touched on why we need children to be creative, but how do the arts actually positively affect their development and growth? Well, they're not just expressive and effective, they're deeply cognitive. They develop essential thinking tools, pattern recognition, critical awareness. They also contribute to the education of young children by providing them with an understanding of the breadth of human experience, helping them to see the different ways humans express sentiments and convey meaning. Although the arts are often thought of as separate subjects, they really are a collection of skills that transcend all areas of human engagement. Neuroaesthetics is the study of how the arts measurably change the body, brain, and our behaviour. Learning to play a musical instrument is an example of this. It challenges the brain in new ways. In addition to being able to recognise different tone patterns and groupings, new motor skills must be learned and coordinated in order to play the instrument correctly. These new learnings cause profound and seemingly permanent changes in the brain, and certain cerebral structures are larger in musicians than in non-musicians. Research also shows that studying drama and improved reading and literacy skills are interconnected. Drama helps students to develop skills embedded in the reading process, contextualizing what they read in a text to their own experience, feelings, ideas, and values. In 2023, 1 in 5 children had a probable mental health disorder. And in a survey carried out by Mind, a mental health charity, 78% of young people said that school had made their mental health worse. The arts are the most inclusive of subjects, and for some people, they are the only place that they do not feel compared to others, or as though they are failing due to not being academic. Andrew Zafaraku, MBE, is an arts and textiles teacher in London, and in conversation with Nick Gibbs, the previous Minister of State at the Department of Education, she stated that the British fashion industry has some of the best designers in the world, yet you killed the textiles curriculum, my curriculum. Where will the designers of the future come from now? Andrea herself has seen the impact of art subjects in her own classroom. One of her children has been diagnosed with various special educational needs, including ADHD, dyslexia, and autism, and came from a challenging home. He would often find getting through the day a struggle, very rarely producing any written work. However, it was in her art classroom that he would willingly undertake all activities, focus continuously, and engage with everyone in the room. If you asked him why he enjoyed his art lessons, he would simply say, "Because I am the same as everyone, and my work is just as good." this student is not alone. For children with mental health issues or special educational needs, having access to a wide range of creative subjects can help them feel valued, respected, and proud of their achievements. Why reduce funding for subjects that give these young people an environment where they feel safe, comfortable, and as though their identity is accepted? Despite the impact that these subjects have on students' mental health, physical health, and understanding of the world, the government are continuing to devalue them. Winchester College, the private school that Rishi Sunak attended, allows students the opportunity to perform on a proscenium stage, with an auditorium seating 240 people. They have access to over 2,000 books, DVDs, and magazines, covering all aspects of fine art, fashion, and architecture within their library. They can also study a wide range of creative subjects, including woodwork, sculpture, and printmaking. So why did he have access to all these provisions, yet they're being taken away from me? Whilst private school students have access to all these facilities and an exposure to all forms of creative industries, in state schools, arts departments are not even given enough funding to afford a new set of paintbrushes. Specific funding for arts, music, and cultural programs will equate to just £9.40 per pupil this year. This is simply not good enough. In their 2019 manifesto, the Conservative Party proposed £110 million towards an arts premium to help fund arts projects in secondary schools. This was then reduced to £90 million in Rishi Sunak's 2020 budget. Despite a deadline of September 2021, this money has never materialised. How are young people, specifically those in low-income families, able to be creative if they're not given the time, provisions, or facilities within school to do so? By denying them the right to a diverse creative curriculum, we must realise that in turn, we're denying them the right to view and solve problems more openly and with innovation. Not allowing them to open their minds to new ideas, broaden their perspectives, and gain a better understanding of the world around them. So let's envision a future where every young person has a chance to explore their creative potential, where the arts are celebrated as essential pillars of education, not just as optional extras, where careers in the creative industries are respected, impactful, and lucrative, and not seen as a recreational hobby or simply colouring in. Every child in every city, town, and village has the potential to be a writer, a painter, a musician, or an actor. This starts within the classroom, where the initial seed of inspiration can be planted. It is within the classroom that a child's curiosity can be sparked by a melody, a stroke of colour, or a captivating performance. So let us invest in arts education, knowing that it is not just an investment in our children's future, but in the future of humanity itself. Thank you.